Hey, welcome back. I'm Ashley, and today we're gonna just be talking about what a woman likes in the bedroom.
You mean what you like in the bedroom?
Yeah, what I like.
So what do you like in the bedroom?
I guess like a memorable experience.
What is a memorable experience to you? Like, you like getting slutted out, making love?
A little bit of both.
So is it more so like switch it up from time to time?
Yeah, and
So, like-
yeah, you gotta keep it interesting.
When would be times for you to, like, make love to you?
I feel like when I get maybe after like an emotional bonding, like if you had like a really deep conversation or something like that, or just like almost like the foreplay led up to that, because like I feel like there's like
So basically, like, after y'all go on like a exquisite date, like y'all go on like a real fun like date, like let's say bowling, you had a good time and y'all like bonded emotionally, you feel like you should go back and just like make love.
I wouldn't really call bowling an exquisite date.
It's not about where y'all go, it's about like the connection y'all build on that date.
Oh, okay, then yeah. Then I see your point. Yeah. Then I feel like it would be like if that's kind of where the vibe would take you, then yeah. Yeah.
So like, when would the time be where you want to just get like purely slutted out, you would say? Would you say like,
Like when I'm drunk.
oh, so like if you're like coming over to like smoke weed or like, you know, get drunk, you want the nigga to like obliterate your shit? And when you say you slutted out, do you mean like, do you like when niggas jackrabbit your shit, or do you like when niggas just like...
The jackrabbit, that's a good point. That's a good question, actually.
So you don't like when niggas jackrabbit?
Like, not right away. Like work your way into it, and like, yeah, and don't like have a really weird face when you're doing it.
You be looking at guys when they fuck you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just like, it's a curiosity thing. I just like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, you just want to see. I don't know. Yeah, you just want to see. Yeah, you don't.
Do I know? It's cause it makes it awkward, bro.
Like sometimes I think it's like, it really depends. I'm not like staring the entire time, but like if there's like a moment or like, you know, because you could like flirt with your eyes too.
What if you're having a bad experience and the motherfucker's looking at you, bro, and you're looking at them? Doesn't that just make it awkward?
For me, I would know like, okay, wrap it up now, time to dip, get out of there.
So what are some cues you're like don't to sex? Do you like just get up and be like, oh, it was bad sex? Or like, do you just wait until the nigga nuts? Or do you like just stop it?
I would just stop it. Like, I'm not like, I'm kind of blunt like that. Like when I like know I'm done, and I'll like be like, okay, I'm done.
And what makes sex bad to you?
You know, when you could tell that they're just like following their script, because not only does that show that they don't have the security in themselves to improvise and be open to a new experience and change, but it also shows they're not really tapped into the moment, like the new experience that you can create with that person, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier you said what makes sex good is having a memorable experience, right?
Yeah.
So after you fucked someone for, let's say, 6 months, do you ever get bored of fucking that same person? Does it ever become a chore to you?
Hey, well, I don't know. I've never it's never lasted more than 6 months for me. So like,
What's the longest it lasted for you?
I don't know, like a few months, like 3 maybe, not even. And it was like super.
It got boring to you?
No, it was more like their personality came out, and that was a turn off. And it was like, at the end of the day, the function of sex is still gonna exist, and so might as well be pickier with the personality and like who they are. Personality was just kind of shit. And then I was like, okay, like I'm actually spending my time with this, so like fuck that. Let me just like be done. Like I could fill this space up with something else.
So you stopped talking to him because of his personality. So then that leads me to ask, are you more picky about the people you have sex with or the people you're in a relationship with?
Depends. Yeah, depends.
What makes you look at a guy and be like, oh yeah, I want to fuck him?
They know, if they look like they know how to fuck, honestly.
What would make a guy look like he knows how to fuck? Like being ripped, tattoos, like...
It's more about like confidence and like things that you can't buy, things that you can't necessarily look up. Like it's like their wit, their like presentation, stuff like that. It's like that stuff is like you come up with that yourself. I don't know, like sure you could look some stuff up and like get ideas and help from other people, but when it's just a little different because you know it's just from themselves, it's like damn.
So how they talk, how they walk, how they just, their aura, you would say.
Yeah. It's like, especially when it's like their confidence actually has foundation. That's when it's like, yeah, I'd fuck that. Or I don't always think like that too though.
So if you don't always think like let's fuck, do you like it when a guy plans like for instance he tells you like, hey, come over, we're about to fuck? Or do you like when a guy, you know, just kind of beats around the bush and it kind of just, you know, happens, but like it's obvious that y'all are about to fuck?
A little bit of both, and I feel like it like definitely too depends on like the context of like that relationship, you know. Like if it's like you're just fucking, then it's like okay, like then bluntly texting that's fine, because it's like that's already like the wave we're on. Yeah, like it depends on the person, and plus with that too, like the stage you're at with that person. Yeah.
So then, all right, after sex is over with, right, what would you say a guy needs to do after he's already, you know, beat your shit in? Like, does he need to let you go on about your day? Does he need to give you like that aftercare?
Personally, from like, I think it's just helped my mental and psyche. Don't have expectations, because like there's two people like in that, and so it's like what's good for you might not be good for them, and vice versa, or like what they need, I guess, because like some people, like after you fuck, like you have so much energy, and you like laying down isn't necessarily like what you need at that time, you know. And like sometimes it is like a good like energy booster, or other times though it is like let me just sleep, or like we could cuddle, or like talk. I don't know, I feel like talking about it is good too, because then it's like you could like grow with that person to be like, I like that, I didn't like that, do this more better next time, because like constructive criticism I think just like helps both people grow, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just like it is what it is.
So you think it's important to have that communication with your partner about like y'all's sexual expectations and performances?
Honestly, yeah, because like personally, like I'm just like always trying to get better, and so it's like anything, and so it's like I would like that feedback.
It's very interesting that you say that. Most people like, are you scared to offend the other person? Like even if you were like, you need to improve this, and they were like, what do you mean I need to improve that? Like, are you not scared to like offend them?
No, because then it's like
you're just not scared to upset them. I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong, is like they be scared to offend their partner when it comes to like talking about like sex. Like obviously they don't want to hurt their feelings, or you know,
some people just don't know until they're told, and so it's like personally I'd rather be told than keep doing it wrong.
Do you know how long I used to like choke girls the wrong way?
How long?
Bro, I had like 15 bodies. I'd always like choke them like right here instead of like squeezing the sides.
Yeah.
Nobody ever told me.
Yeah, so would you wish that you got told?
I mean, yeah, bro. Like, all the other girls are probably like, oh, that nigga used to like actually choke me out the wrong way or some bullshit. Yeah. But like I feel like that's a common occurrence with girls. Girls be too scared to tell the nigga what they're doing wrong. Instead of like telling the nigga what they're doing wrong, they usually tend to just go to new dick.
Well, I don't know what to say to that then. Then okay, like to each their own.
But you would tell the guys what they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
I can respect that. You know, you're willing to work with the guy, you know, improve him. You're not just gonna, you know, get up and leave, you know?
And I feel like too, it's like, I don't know, it's just sometimes easier to tell them in the moment than like after, and be like, someone like this happened, that was bad. And it's also the way like I feel like tell them, like being gentle about it.
So the next question is, do you prefer guys who have a higher body count or damn near like virgins?
I would say it depends on the person.
Depends on what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for an experienced guy to give you a night, you would prefer like a big body count, right?
Not necessarily, because just because you have a big body count doesn't mean that you're good.
That is true.
Like, you know,
niggas
like
with big body counts are usually more selfish for their nuts.
I think it just really just depends on the person, because like kind of like what we were talking about earlier, it's like some people have higher body counts for different reasons. Like sure, like a general consensus could apply to a lot of people, but there's always like outliers, and kind of back to the law of attraction, I feel like I just attract a lot of outliers.
So would you sleep with a virgin?
Been there, done that, never again.
Why?
It was terrible.
What was terrible about it? Like he didn't know what he was doing?
Everything.
So the question is, did you tell him and try and improve him, or did you just leave and dip?
It was a little more like complicated than that. Like
how was it complicated?
Like
well, I gotta know, because
it was like at my freshman year at my dorm, like it was just like it was so bad. Like his dick felt like a finger. Like it was so small, and like it was so bad. Like he told me he was a virgin. He was older than me. He was 21, and like he was still a virgin. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, didn't care, because like I wasn't a virgin that long ago at that time, so it's like okay. But I was just expected him to know better, because he was older too, and like no. And then like I just like over it, because then I realized like so halfway through I just kind of just got off, and like it's like okay, I'm done. And then we didn't even sleep together. Like he didn't even leave. Like he just slept in my roommate wasn't there, but our beds were like this and they were like bunk beds. He just slept in her bed. My guy friends ended up coming there like to my room that morning, like walked him out.
So you didn't work with him. You didn't tell him what he did wrong, what he did good. You kind of just left him.
Well, like when I realized I was done with him, I knew I was done.
But you said earlier that you like tell the guy and work with him.
Yeah, but you were asking if I would ever fuck a virgin. I said, been there, done that, and it was terrible.
Yeah, but that like contradicted, you know, you saying you would work with him, you know.
Yeah, but not a virgin.
But that makes it even worse because it's like you can't expect him to know anything.
That's true, but it was like at that time, like I was still pretty like virgin-y, so like.
So that was in the past. Now you would work with a guy as long as he's not a virgin, right?
Honestly, if he was a virgin, it's like okay, that's understandable because like everyone has like their reasons.
But you wouldn't fuck a virgin though. You just said.
Okay. Yeah. I guess like okay, then no, maybe not.
But now you would work with a guy though, like if he was like a little bit inexperienced, like 3 bodies, you know, you would work with him, right?
Yeah, I guess. But I feel like no matter how much experience you have, it's like you could still work with the person. You know, because it's like it doesn't really matter like how much like your body count. It's like because like those other people probably wanted it different, or maybe they did, maybe they didn't. You know what I mean? Like not everyone's the same.
Do you feel like there's a body count that is like too high that would like kind of just turn you off?
Yeah.
What is that number?
Probably like 50.
50? It's not that much though.
I feel like it is. Yeah, because then at that point you could say it's not a lot, whatever. But like to me, sure, that would be like that's kind of a lot. Like how would you like? Yeah, that's
50 is not that much, bro.
What do you think is a lot?
Probably like 150.
Okay, yeah, that is a lot.
50 is kind of like, it's kind of
okay
for the people I know and the people like I hang out with. This 50 is kind of like,
oh, it's like not that much.
Yeah,
it's low.
Yeah, I would say low.
Oh, okay. Well, then definitely 75 plus, no.
That would turn you off?
Yeah, like, again, like, never say never, but it would turn me off.
I feel like for the right guy, you wouldn't care.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it all comes down to attraction.
No, because, like, physical attraction, like, it expires, and sometimes when you find more about someone, then, like, then they start looking ugly.
Yeah, that is true. Physical attraction is, like, when they got you in the beginning, you're kind of infatuated with them off of their looks and then lust, and then that kind of, like, tends to die down, and then once that dies down, you see them for who they really are. But in the beginning, like, it would have you though because you're like infatuated with their looks.
Yeah, I agree, but it's not gonna last.
I mean, it don't really gotta last. As long as he put his dick in you, it's, you know, it's kind of like he got you, you know?
That's true. That's one way to look at it. Actually, no. Honestly, no. Because, like, I would be willing to make it work with a 75 plus person, not age, body count, if it wouldn't be, like, from, like a right away type thing. It would have to be, like, I would have to know them a little more. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, we'd have to, like, get to know each other first. Like, it wouldn't be right off the bat. Because I would be really skeptical.
Are you fond of one night stands or hookups? Or?
Honestly, they are what they are. Sometimes you gotta fuck around to find out.
So are you like a heavy believer in like I gotta test drive before like I start like, you know, getting in a relationship with someone, or are you like relationship first then I'll fuck them?
I don't know. I feel like test driving is fine because like everyone nowadays has commitment issues, you know, so and the test drive thing too, like it kind of then could happen more naturally that way too, because then it's like also with like if you jump right into a relationship, it's like this is just an example, if like the guy were to buy the girl flowers because he feels he has to, versus like if you worked your way into that, then he buys you flowers because he genuinely wants to. And that's just an example because honestly, like,
yeah, I know what you
know
mean.
What I mean
it's
though?
Like it's like yeah, I remember how I told you like I eat pussy because like I want to, not because like you asked me to.
Yeah,
I have to have a desire to want to do that versus you asking. You asking me isn't gonna make me want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would you say like your best sexual experience would be? Like what did the nigga do that was like so good, you know? Was it the connection y'all had, or was it just like what he was doing to you?
Yeah, he made it feel like our souls were tied.
It was like he got in your head and he built that connection. It was like
not even just that, but it was like he would literally like breathe into me.
What do you mean by that?
Like when we were like making out and stuff, it was like he would like it felt like he would like breathe into me, and
you
then
felt like y'all were one or some shit, bro. What does that even mean, bro?
Yeah, like honestly, yeah, he probably was like breathing into me. Like I don't really know how else to describe it, honestly, but
you want to be the best a girl's ever had. Breathe into them. I mean, I don't know what the fuck that means, but hey, breathe. It was more so like the connection he had with you. You would say like making y'all souls feel one. He made y'all feel like, he made you feel special, and like he basically got in your head mentally.
No, because it's like he didn't make me feel special. Because like I'm gonna be honest, like no one's ever made me feel special, and I don't think anyone ever will or could. Because it's like sometimes you could tell when people are just saying stuff just to say stuff, and then it's like, okay, well I don't really care what you have to say then, because you don't mean it. Or then other times too, it's like even if they mean it, if you don't feel that way about yourself, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't stick. Like it could stick, but it'll fall off, because if you don't believe it about yourself, it doesn't have an anchor. You know?
Yeah. So like you wouldn't say like no guys like dominated you in the bed, like just tossed you, slapped you around, made you feel like a complete utter slut, like just slutted you out.
I mean, I'm not saying that hasn't happened. I'm also saying though, like that doesn't make me feel special.
So you would say the better experience would be the guy blowing into you over those experiences.
I'm not saying that makes me feel special either, though.
But what would you say is better, like the dominating or the breathing into you?
I think it's like good to have both.
Both.
Yeah, like variety. Yeah, no one really likes routine. Like we have routines for other things, so like.
So be unpredictable and like switch up the sex, switch up the position, switch up the places, switch up like the toys.
Yeah.
Switch up like everything.
And it doesn't have to be like so like
vanilla.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say like it doesn't have to be like you have to switch it like every time, and like you have to always be like doing something new. You know what I mean? It's just kind of know about like reading the vibe and timing. Yeah, and it's like if it feels like it has been going in a consistent loop, then it's like okay, let's switch it up now. Okay, and like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Keep you off your like feet. That's why I like toxic relationships. You know, you never know what's next. Another thing I would say, like this is for both guys and girls. Like you want to space out the sexual interactions, because if y'all are fucking every day, that shit gets boring fast as fuck. Versus like once a week, you build up that desire to want to fuck them. And then we were talking about earlier, like teasing and stuff. Like you want to tease, because if you don't tease, it's just kind of like it's too easy, you know? So teasing is very important when it comes to like fucking and shit. Like, for example, if you have a girl, bro, I would put my hands down her pants or whatever, and then like act like you're going in her like vagina, but don't go in there, and then like just rotate all around her body and keep doing that for a good 10-15 minutes. It's gonna make the desire way higher versus if you don't do that. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because then it's like then it kind of makes them like
frustrated and
and like also like it gives them like the imagination, like what are you gonna do to me, like you know, like are we going, is it going somewhere? It kind of just brings back like those like butterflies.
Yeah, it makes it interesting.
You
don't ever want to be a boring nigga, bro. Boring niggas get left, boring niggas get cheated on, boring niggas get no pussy, bro. It's, you know, you don't want to be a boring nigga out here.